Hello, I'm Paul. Today we're going to learn how to fit a new tire and a mousse on a bike. So we loosen our axle to get our wheel off. Rather work on a disc side than on a sprocket side, because the sprocket is so sharp it can hurt you. So firstly, we're gonna loosen our rim locks, get them loose. So for the tire not to turn, you run 2 rim locks. Some other guys, they run 3 rim locks. So we're gonna break our bead around the tire. Now we're going to use the sliders to push the tire down. So I'm going to use 3 sliders and 3 tire levers. So you work on the opposite side of the sliders. So we're going to work this side. So our tire can go down this side. So it will go down, so we can pull the tire from the rim. Okay, start with the first one, second one, third one. And now the tire is off one side. So now I can remove one slider and use the slider as a lever, because the slider has got a handle, so it works easy. Now the tire is out on one side, so we're gonna turn the rim around and then push this side down. Now, because of those 2 rim locks being opposite to each other, so now the tire can only go one side, just a little bit on the other one. But because the 2 rim locks, now we're gonna work on a rim lock and get the tire over the rim lock. So you pull the tire down, you pull it up, and then you push it, and then you push the rim lock down. So the rim lock is clearing the tire. So now we've got the rim lock. So I push this tire lever on top of that rim lock, right in the center of the rim lock, so I don't damage the rim lock. So it goes. So now it cleared that rim lock. So I get the tire down, and then you can press it with your knee, or you can use your hand to press it down. So now it's off. So I come back to this one, I pull the tire over the rim lock and down. So now our tire is off. So now this tire, we're not gonna use it again, and the mousse, we're not gonna use it. We're gonna use a different mousse. Firstly, we clean our rim to make sure that there's no dust or mud or old grease or old mousse juice. So now we're gonna take our mousse fresh from the box. So we're gonna lube it. We're gonna lubricate it, and then the best way of lubricating a mousse, it's to start from the top. So you start from the top, you go around the mousse, and then you go side to side. It's advisable to use as much lube than to use less, because the price on a mousse is so expensive and the life depends on a lubricant. So if you don't have lubricant, rather don't put a mousse, use a tube, because you're gonna destroy that mousse. And then, like when you're doing like long rides in a heat, rather after maybe 2 rides, take out the mousse, clean it up, lube it again, and then put it back on a tire. So now we're gonna fit our mousse on a tire. So firstly, we're gonna start to put a little bit of lube onto the bead. So we're gonna put a little bit of pressure on a tire, so the tire is open here at the bottom, and that's where we're gonna start to fit our mousse. We're gonna work on our direction. So most of the tires got directions. If you look at these knobbles on a tire, they go that way, which shows you that it scoops that way. So we work on a direction. Some of the tires got arrows, some works on the direction of the knobbles. The best trick with double rim locks, you go first on one. With a double rim lock, you start on one rim lock. You hook it. So now it's hooked, and then we come this side. So it's advisable to get tire levers like this, because it's gonna go according to the shape of the tire. So our tire is round here, and then it goes around the tire. So you don't take it as far apart, you go close, so you don't hit the bead of the tire. So we turn it around. We're gonna work on the other side to get that rim lock in. So we put the tire levers next to the rim lock, and then we're gonna move it across in the center of the rim lock, and then now we pull our tire up, and then we remove the other one, and then push the rim lock back, push the rim lock back so it's behind the tire. That's how it goes. Now we turn our wheel around. Okay. Okay, and then we push our tire down, down, down. So now both rim locks, they are loose. And then now we're gonna work on one side of the rim lock. So we put our tie lever in, and then we lock it. Now we've got 3 hands. So that's our 3rd hand. So now we put the tie lever next to the rim lock. Before we put any pressure, we need to push the rim lock back. So we push it back, the rim lock. So our rim lock is back. So now we slide the tire in. Second one, 3rd one. We don't take it as far as possible. We take it close, so we don't damage the bead. So go slowly, slowly, and then now we can fit those sliders again. Fit the sliders. The other trick to fit the sliders, I'll show you now. So we take it out again. So I'll show you the other trick, the easiest one to fit the sliders. So you take it and then you push the slider next to the lever, and then you go, you put another slider next to the lever, then you go again, you put the 3rd one. So now we go, but we don't take it far, we take it close, so we don't put any pressure on the thing. So now the 2nd rim lock, I push it down, and then I put it. So now the rim lock is in. Both our rim locks are in, and then you make sure that your tire is seated here in the back. It's in. Okay. Last bit, and then it pops out. We remove our tire levers. And then the last one, now it's in, but you can see here the tire, it's in a bit. If you look at this bit, it's inside. So now we want to pop that bit. By popping it, you need to use air. Now we're gonna pump it. We put pressure, and then that bead will pop. You can see the tire moving, so you can see the bead is out. So we check again this side. Check this side. The bead is out. The bead is out. And now we've got our bead out. We're gonna wipe the tire. So we wipe all that excessive mousse lube. Now we're gonna tighten our rim locks. then close the cap. So before we fit it, we need to clean the old grease and the old dust of the seals. Same applies to the spacers. We clean them, get all the old grease and the dust off. And then clean the swing arm, that old grease. Now comes the tricky part, because we clean our seals. Now we're gonna start re-greasing them. We're gonna pack them full of grease nicely, and inside on top of the bearing itself. And then now we push our seal, our spacer. We push our spacers in, and then after that, you take the grease, you grease the spacer inside. Start to fit the wheel. Chain on, and then our axle. And then our spacer, washer and nut. And then we put the tension onto the chain. The best way is to use a rack than using a spanner, because you're gonna damage the sprocket if you use a spanner. Tighten the axle. Axle is tight. Now the next trick is to clean the disc. We use brake cleaner because we use a MOUSSE loop, and then some has gone onto the disc. So now we spray the brake cleaner onto the disc. Happy days. And that's how you fit a new tire and a MOUSSE on a bike. Thanks.